got started. I'm on my way to 2,000, and I'll wear it like a badge, because those consumers don't have to pay to rectify that. Because typically, a builder might save $1,500 per bathroom cutting corners. But when I catch them and they have to fix them, the cost is about $15,000 per bathroom, 10 times what they saved. But the worst side of the story is, had we not picked that up and had the consumer settle on that bathroom and had to be fixed once they'd moved in and the building was occupied, the cost of fixing that bathroom is about $35,000 a bathroom. So because some grub saved $1,500 thinking they were the cleverest person in town, suddenly they had to pay $15,000 to fix it, to avoid the consumer paying $35,000 to fix it. Side of this slab, you don't need a membrane because they don't leak. Well, if I built them, that was probably right. The ones at Macquarie Shopping Centre, Andrew, don't leak, because I was supervised by a really good engineer and he made sure that I build them properly. But by and large, people don't build them properly anymore. The reinforcement's not there, they've cut corners. So in this case, when I walked upstairs, look at this crack right through the slab. This is what it looked like upstairs. That is that. And the builder said to me, but I didn't need to waterproof that slab because it's post-tension. But he's had 2 goes at coming back and trying to stick epoxy in or something in to stop it leaking. But of course, every time the slab moves again, it leaks again. I won't name that builder, but I will be shortly. I won't name him tonight, but I will. That is what he thinks is a good enough patch for the consumers on that job. I said, no, mate. No, not on my watch. He's got big money to spend to fix this up. Big money. So, more of the same. But here's an interesting picture here. Here's a concrete parapet where the concrete goes right through underneath this parapet, and this is the external cladding on the face of the building. It's not fire cladding, it's just ordinary plain aluminium. And this particular cladding went right down through the paving on the basement, on the balcony. So it went right through the tiles of the bed, and it was buried in the bed. So that meant that any water that went down in the back of that got caught in the back of the bed of the tiles. But he said, oh, that won't happen. No, that won't happen. I said, well, let's go up and have a look. Look. That won't happen, he said. Look at this. This is on Omar's job, right? So this is what happens when you don't do the concrete pour. So this is the point load on that concrete. Now look at the impact of the point load on the cracking of that concrete. And that's before the job's finished. It's on a tier 1 builder site. He needed to go and change his underpants after we'd finished. So we see this time and time again. Look at this. Look at this. This is in the basement, and they didn't set the mesh up to the falls properly before they put the slab down, and so they poured the slab, and the slab wasn't falling to the waist. So they must have tried to bang the mesh down while they were doing the pour, but it didn't quite work because the mesh sprung up again. That's how it's handed over to the consumers. That job's 2 years old. I'm saying, no, you can go back and fix that too. But look at this. This is a job I went into about 4 weeks ago, and this is what I call the inconvenient column. By removing this column, you could get 2 car spaces in between the remaining columns, not 1. So what they did was they just zoop, by column. That's right next to those cracks I showed you coming